Okay, yoga friends, hello. Once again, we are going to meet tonight for our favorite variety of yogas. That's right, Candlelight Yoga, where I try to cause problems. We will meet in our open seated meditation or easy pose. Feel free to grab a block or a blanket or a pillow to elevate your hips. Taking a moment to relax. Breathe. Adding movement to your neck or finding stillness. It's up to you. Rolling shoulders. I know my back is a little tight after last night's Candlelight Yoga featuring the mermaid. I think that's what is paying me a visit today. Seated cat-cow, if you are interested. Reaching left arm overhead. A little stretch on the left side and switching. All right, yoga friends. So for most of us, we will remain in our open seated meditation. Feel free to zone out. While those of us who are diligently working on our lotus prep, or half lotus prep, I guess is more accurate, grab another pillow or another, probably not another block, but I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. If you can defy the odds on the double block, don't do that, just don't. All right, for our lotus prep, half lotus prep, we want to take our right or left foot. So your foot will go on top of your opposing thigh, okay? And we're gonna pull this, we're up, so we can pull this foot closer to the body. And then we will roll forward gently, ease sliding, bringing right knee towards the ground and opening through the right quad, inner thigh. And see, this looks, can you tell I'm not in lotus? You might not see my other foot. Maybe I have a smaller, or maybe I have a really small right foot and you can't see it. I mean, I don't know. So eventually, see, we are going to try to want to get this foot also up and up here. Like, so this foot's up here as well, right? In lotus and full lotus. So if any of you Lodi masters are in lotuses right now, congratulations, because you are a yogi. You're a yodai. All right. You want to try it on the other side? You may. So now we're going to want to take the left leg. My left leg doesn't work as well as my right leg. And we're going to take the right leg in, under, and now rolling forward to try to obtain faux Lodi prep, half lotus pose prep is what we're calling this, and that's what we're obtaining right now. All right, lotuses, lotus wannabes like myself. Returning to our open seated meditation, taking a deep breath and getting rid of our sleeping devices or blocks and coming into our tabletop position. Back is straight, palms beneath shoulders, knees beneath your hips. And we will go through our cat-cow series. Cat lifting through the upper spine, rolling tailbone, tucking to feel this through the upper back, the shoulders. Dropping toes, lifting gaze, dropping back and lifting tailbone for cow. And moving back into our cat. Into our cow, and we will do this 2 more times. From here, we will extend, widen, and by extend, I mean widen, obviously. Extend our knees outward, widening, feet touching, and we will drop our chest to the mat. Head resting on the floor, hands extended overhead for a wide leg child's pose. Taking a moment here to breathe, releasing any tension, mental tension. Completely focusing on task at hand, getting the most out of our time on the mat. From here, we will pull forward, dropping legs back. Hands planted, palms planted alongside your armpits. And pushing up, keeping legs cinched together, Engaging your glutes to support your lower back. And pushing up through the palms for cobra. Dropping head to the floor briefly. We're pushing back up. Feel this through your triceps. It's also a nice back bend. Got 2 more cobras. And palms coming forward and pushing back, lifting tailbone to the sky for our downward facing dog. Walking hands a little closer. Well, probably should walk your feet if you're going to do walking. The walking method sometimes works best with feet, sometimes. Lifting and lowering the heels, working into your calves before dropping heels to the floor, pushing back, bringing chest to thighs. And bringing right leg to the sky. And pulling through. Resting right shin on the mat. Left leg extends back. Our pigeon. We are not going to let the pigeon take us down. Sometimes it does, but we're going to fight it. Bring your hands to the sky. Now, for those of you who do want to move into your king pigeon or your mermaid, you may. I don't know that we need to do that. This is me contemplating the king pigeon. This is contemplating pigeon. It should be called bullying pigeon after that conversation. Taking left arm, grabbing left foot if you are moving into your mermaid, and reaching right arm back to grab left hand. Opening for the chest. All right. And dropping out of the king or your mermaid or your king mermaid, and falling into our sleeping swan. Hands coming overhead. And when you are ready to awaken your swan, which I was not, but I will, pushing back into downward facing dog. Walking out your dog and bringing left leg to the sky. Three-legged dog to our pigeon. Bringing left leg through, dropping left shin on the ground. Sometimes a pigeon packs a punch. All right, friends of the yoga, you may go into sleeping swan or you may tangle with the king pigeon. I'm not even going to waste time in contemplating pigeon, but you can. Because I know how my contemplating pigeon conversation goes. That does buy me time, so I'm going to go into talking, contemplating. Before attempting the mermaid. All right, and dropping out of that nonsense into our sleeping swan. My entire left leg is a sleeping swan, I think, if I still have one. All right. Pushing back into downward facing dog if our left leg still wants to work at all. It might not. Depends on the day. And walking out, waking up, trying to wake up our sleeping swan. And hopping forward and having a seat. Don't get excited yet. You know we have to go boating. We have to go. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get out of the way early. Okay? Or we just go hard, and then we'll go home. All right. Feet lifted. Up front. Arms reaching towards your knees. Back is straight. You may rest if you need to, or you may keep on voting. Or you may do this like little half resting thing. You do what you want to do. The key here is just to keep your core engaged for a little longer. And if it takes taking the edge off the excruciating quad pain, then you can do that. Very nice. From there, we will begin stretching out the back for those of us who have lower back tightness. Extending legs out in front, two of them, two-legged extended, or one, or all, as many as you have. And we are folding forward at the waist, reaching towards the feet. So if you join me for Ashtanga, we'll do a different, there's different variations of this. The first one you would just reach towards the feet, and you would grab your big toes and pull a little bit deeper into your stretch. And then we transition and we move our hands on the outside of our feet, and that pulls you that much deeper. Pushing. And then we move into the same position, grabbing the outside of our feet, which stretches through a little bit of a different muscle area as calculated by the monks, because they know their shit. So now you're pulling kind of out this way. And then, for the grand finale, in the final variation, grab, and this is also where it all comes together, folks. Grabbing our left hand with our left wrist with our right hand, and doing that on the outside of our feet. And it's not a joke, it's no joke about how much further you have to go down to attain the wrist hold. But after a full workup to that in Ashtanga, it is attainable. It is attainable. As I state, the monks know how to work us into shit. They know how to do this stuff. So if you need to work yourself into something, you need to contact a monk. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. We are now going to do our reverse plank. As we know, this is part of the Ashtanga, and now I'm like going full Ashtanga on us. This is the Ashtanga bomb segment. Pushing up, raising the hips to the sky for a reverse plank. Putting down through the heels to engage the glutes. And lowering from our neck raking reverse plank. Once again, legs coming wide, seated position, right foot coming into left thigh, and we will bring right arm overhead for seated side bend. Opening through the chest, pulling the shoulder up and over. And switching. Waves that shake me out of my skin. Never been so easy. Losing my direction. Bearings have me south of home. I've been wrong before. I was waiting in the undertow. Set adrift, fed away like bones. Unaware of where my heart. So I have a question for you psychology majors. I recently reintroduced the use of the king pigeon and the mermaid combo option into class, into my, classes. And for those amount of days, I've been drinking out of this mermaid bottle. So was this not so self-consciously, subliminally, not so subliminally causing me to do that? I'm gonna have to go with yes. I'm almost gonna have to think that something there happened. So from our seated side bend, we will move into our staff posture. This is also something that can come back to remind you tomorrow, if done correctly. We are lifting our toes to the sky, engaging, lifting through the knees, engaging the quads, pushing down through the palms to engage the triceps. Core is engaged. Okay. When you feel your blood pressure rise to an uncomfortable level, you may drop out of your staff pose. Actually, no, your blood pressure is probably supposed to be decreasing. So That was just my barometric pressure, I think. All right. I don't know if I have pressure. Yes, I do. From here, from there, we will come into our butterfly. Okay? We all know and we all love our butterfly. We, in this position, are placing our feet together, our soles of our feet are becoming one. Our legs are fluttering outward. And we are just kind of fluttering around. And also pulling ourselves, our forehead to our toes. Using our wings as leverage. And lifting. You can lift and lower with your breathing, or you can just chill in your normal butterfly, you know? You just do whatever butterfly is most comfortable for you at this moment. All right, butterfly friends. Now, the supine side twist thing that we do here, which on this particular example, we are going to take our right foot over our extended left leg, bring our right arm on the outside of our, I guess that's technically inside of your right knee, and looking over left shoulder. And switching sides. Anyway, as I was saying, in the Ashtanga series, there's numerous variations of this seated spinal twist thing. The Buddhists believe that that longevity is directly related to the flexibility of your spine. All of it. And the strength of your midsection and stability in general. And you can have no worldly possessions also, along with need to keep those other things in prime physical health. And from here, we're doing freeform open mat stretching, so feel free to stretch on your open mat. If you would like to follow along, bending our left leg this way, right leg extended as we lie back. for this supine one-legged one bent knee. Stretch. I don't know what this particular pose is called, but I'm sure that it is very cleverly named. Switching sides. Excellent, excellent, excellent work, my yoga friends. All right, yoga friends, it's time. It is time for our favorite, most favorite yoga pose, Shavasana.